you. I'm talking to you. We see it. Talking to you. Are you talking to you? Are you talking to you? You ready? I'm talking to you. We see it. Talking to you. I'm talking to you. Talking to you. Run.
What's happening, Caps?
What's happening? How you, man?
Shit, man. It's good to hear from you, Playboy.
Yo, nigga, you know you come on the show, know the fuck you want to, man. What's good with you, bro?
Dude, it's fucking, man, you're trying to marinate, soak up all these vibes. We got California on fire right now, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I actually called you to ask you a question. Well, you know what? It's going to turn into a couple of questions, actually. Well, you know what? You're back with King of the Dot.
Yeah, I'm back with King of the Dot, bro.
How did that go about?
Well, you know, they had to put me on punishment, on timeout, because the whole Ether Alki David debacle, and there's a few times that we were always family. It was gang the whole time, and throughout my hiatus, I was still making moves. Like I still booked multiple battles in that time period for King of the Dot, and but just not entire events, just certain Diz battles, a few battles here and there I helped connect the dots with. But after, long story short, it just needed to happen. It was like, and once enough time had passed, they say time heals all wounds, and everybody was in a place where it just made sense, and we just brought it back together shortly before the Massacre event. Actually, I was put back on staff, so I did a little bit of moves on that, and you started to see me hosting events again at that point, and then took control of the West. Shortly thereafter, took back control of the West, and we've been plotting on this card for a long time. So the people that are really tuned in to the King of the Dot, especially the West Coast battle scene and all that, they kind of already knew. But the general masses, this is going to be the first taste of them seeing, Don Uno back in effect. You know what I'm saying? I knew to this. Bricks in the steward uterus. You feel me?
And it's crazy because you jumped right into what I called you for. You said you back hosting events. I'm looking, and I seen a tweet by John and Don. He said, "So let me get this straight. We got league owners battling, and they have battlers writing for them." And I look, and to see that Goods is battling Chris Petty. That's what we're talking about. And I'm just like, it's hosted by Lush One. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Lush One was just dogging the shit out of Chris Petty. So how are you hosting this battle now?
Well, here's what happened, right? So anybody that, knows the history knows that I actually helped bring Chris Petty into the battle rap game back in 2009 when we put him on GTATL and all that. And then me and him got into it, and it was funk, and I made a diss track against him, and
because he stole some money or something like that, right?
Yeah, we had a discrepancy about money and all that. At the
like
time,
10 racks or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier, time heals all wounds, and
time heals all wounds.
Around Christmas time, I don't like to be a sucker and hold on to negativity and shit like that. That's really just going to weigh you down as a person. Like, so, it's not, I've really tried to minimize the amount of enemies I have, period, because that shit isn't a good look. I'm a generally really positive person, and, unless you really unless it's irrevocable, you can't come back from it, like, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's something too far. Like this, we got over it. Sid Vicious actually made a post on Facebook, and he tagged both of us in it and was like, yo, these are the two guys that put me on and got me started in battle rap. They don't get along no more, but whoopie whoopie whoop. And I was like, you know what, shit, it's been 7-8 years. I ain't tripping on Chris no more. It's whatever, you feel me? And then we started chopping it up, and we've been good, and everything's been legit, and he booked me to host, and all the business was super on point. He handled it beforehand. We're all Gucci, so it made sense. And I'm ready to start new with him with a new chapter, and we gonna make it work. And Atlanta's like my favorite city in the world. Magic City is actually my real birthplace. I was born in the strip club. You feel me? I was born in Magic City.
That's crazy,
bro.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
No. But aura, my soul was born in that gym. So it makes sense. I have to return to my natural habitat of Atlanta. So yeah, that's all it is. John John's my man. So we actually, for the upcoming World Dom card, we got a GZ card, and John helped me book a bullpen heavy hitter for that. I'm bringing John and that fool out. I'm not going to say who. Actually, I'll just tell y'all, it's Riggs. I got Riggs battling active, you feel me? I don't know if you're familiar with Riggs from bullpen, but he's super cool.
Of course.
Yeah.
Riggs versus active, okay.
Yeah, that's a dope match, you feel me? So that ain't even been announced. Y'all got the exclusive. But,
okay.
Yeah, so, John, folks, that's A1 day one right there. But, and it's funny because if y'all remember, last time I was on the show, or I don't know if that was the last time, but once while I was on the show talking about Chris, John was calling me a liar, saying, oh, Lush isn't, what he's saying isn't true, da-da-da-da-da. Fast forward however many months, now they don't get along, you feel me? So it's kind of funny the way shit works.
Yeah, this shit is all right, but at the end of the day, you wish y'all are cool, and everything's everything.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I ain't really trying to have negative. I ain't trying to have people or stupid juvenile situations from my past. Yeah, it might have affected my money back then, but it's definitely not affecting my money now. And I'm not going to allow it. What would affect my money is if I'm not taking opportunities like that. You feel me? So, motherfuckers is 35 years old, cats. I ain't got no time to fuck around with the fuck around.
I hear that shit. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. So
yeah, man, I can't really, I wish I could give you some more juice, some more dirt, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can, you could, you are on the biggest platform, you could.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I wish I had more to give you all, you feel me? But, it's pretty much Gucci as far as, but we'll see after this weekend, you feel me? If I come home in one piece and everything's everything, then yeah.
Okay.
It's all up.
Okay, all right, that's what it is, all right. Hey, Lush One, man, you sounded before, you used to sound all fucked up when you used to come up here. Like, now you sounded kind of, like, you all right?
Oh, just now or in general?
I mean, in general, like, you don't really be,
Oh, yeah. Man, I was going through a thing, bro. You feel me? I was going through a thing. Like, I took $100,000 loss. You feel me? Like, let's take some.
Good God, you took a what?
I mean,
$100,000 loss.
Yeah, Ether was a 100-band loss right there. You feel me?
Ether was 100,000. So how'd you?
Whoa!
$100,000 on
what
Ether?
The fuck?
Yes, sir. Because you gotta take into consideration. Remember the whole way it went, and I'm not saying I made that money back eventually.
Oh, for battle rap?
No, just in general. You feel me? Like, what I look at, fiscal growth. I look at the overall bottom line.
Yo, you niggas is playing with some real bread when you can take $100,000 loss and make it right back. Ether wasn't that long ago now. Ether was not that long ago.
No, I was 2014. That was less than 3 years ago. But I was selling a lot of dope. I was hustling. I was doing crazy ass.
Selling dope.
I was selling dope. I was deep in the streets. You feel me? Like, I got that money back because I get that money. You feel me? But what happened with Ether was when at the end of the day, when Alki David was like, yo, I ain't finna pay the rest of the money that's owed. I don't give a fuck, blah, blah, blah. I had to continue to operate. I had to continue to move. I had a bunch of those artists that were on Ether booked for upcoming events. At the time, it was Battle of the Bay 7 and Mass. I had three events simultaneously where I had opened up budgets of over $100,000. That Teddy Grizzle event, the first Mass with Nakaya, and Alki's event, Ether. So all three of those events had over 100 stacks invested in them. You feel me? And when Ether went bad, I had to cover that debt. Plus, I am not a motherfucking culture vulture. That's been proven several times over. You feel me? I'm more like a fucking toucan or some shit. You feel me? I'm a culture toucan. I make the shit brighter and more beautiful. So I made sure everybody got paid. That's how. So I did. I took $100,000 loss with that shit, and I had to dig my way out the dirt. And I'm back on the soil, putting on for the West harder than ever, trying to create opportunities for the hood and show for everybody.
That's what's up, because we trying to put on for the West too, motherfucking. We got a little package plan for sponsorship. I'ma holler at you.
Okay, let's go, man. You know it's solid. know it, though.
Y'all niggas is fucking eating, B. Like,
hell yeah.
I want in. Be too big of a platform. I want, like, the fuck. Me and Tony, but we didn't lose something. We got you niggas, but God, 100 fans lost. God damn.
Yeah.
Nigga, if I feel like nigga,
wow,
nigga, I be ready to fucking rob a bank, or I be on my Teddy Grizzle shit and be gone, nigga.
Well, you know the Teddy Grizzle thing right there. It was like, shit. When that event was going to shit, I made sure that my people, I did what I had to do to ensure that my people was taken care of. When I say my people, I mean all the battlers and all the staff, all the fools. When it was time to take a loss that time, Teddy had to eat that, or his inheritance, or whatever the fuck that was, his bar mitzvah money. I don't know.
Oh shit! Not the bar mitzvah bread. Damn.
Y'all miss me, man. Y'all miss Lush One in the mix. Tell me the game wasn't boring as fuck without me.
You weak a little bit, but nah, I got you. You Lush One, you're one of a kind. I will say that. You are definitely one of a kind. I still don't know how the fuck you pulled this Cassidy shit off, but what's going on with that on top of that? Is it overweight? Or what? I thought it was 2 battles he was locked in for.
Boy, look, I don't know if y'all probably might not recall this because it's been a cool minute, been some moons and suns set since then, right? But at the time when we set that up, I told y'all that, you know, pretty much Cassidy fucked that off by souring his relationship with Alki. And I mean, Alki was out of the equation of battle rap, period, at this point. But there was a period of time where it could have happened. And really, I mean, Cassidy, his whole thing was, I mean, let me ask y'all this, bro. And I'm pretty sure I proposed the same question previously when we talked. But if somebody gave y'all 200 bands for anything, tell me, offered, you're a rapper, you're someone like Cassidy, and you get your biggest check in several years, would you maybe, I don't know, call them up and say thank you at least once? Maybe one phone call where you just say, hey, big homie, thanks for the dough.
Oh, so Cassidy just took the bread and was just like, yeah, I deserve this anyway. Fuck that nigga.
Doc, he never even did, and I don't fuck with Alki at all. I'm not here saying, oh, people need to be nice to Alki or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's just common sense. Even if you hate the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
You put 200 bands in your pocket, yeah.
Yeah, secure the bag, bro. It's not like you're not. I don't know what kind of sense of entitlement he has. Now, I'm not trying to salt Cass's game or hate on him or nothing like that. I immensely respect him as an artist. He's clearly one of the dopest writers in hip-hop history, you know what I mean, as far as putting together bars and just that battle rap shit. You know, I would have loved to do more work with Cassidy, but he kind of fucked himself off. And I'm not saying that there's never a possibility in the future. I know that when Smack and them were talking about getting it popping with him, he was asking for a ridiculous bag that wasn't finna happen. You know what I mean?
What he was asking for?
Yeah, asking for another 6 figures, bro. Another 6 figures.
Wow.
And he wasn't trying to go down. And I'm pretty sure, and don't quote me on this, I'm not trying to spread information, but from what I understand, that URL had a very, very nice bag. Not far off from that. You feel me? Had a very nice bag that they were putting together. And he was like, nah. So, and I understand, like, look, a lot of people might want to rock with URL off top just due to the cultural aspect of it. And I respect that, because URL's dope as fuck. You got to respect, you know what I'm saying, that stage and the aura that stage carries with it. But he wasn't even, you know, he might say, yeah, I'm doing this for the culture and this or that, but that's not what it was. And once again, I ain't insulting Cass or hating on. That was just my experience dealing with him. You know, he's pretty arrogant too, man.
Damn. So all right. So basically, y'all paid. So what Cassidy was signed for 2 battles, but I paid him. Y'all paid him both up front, and then he just dubbed it.
Well, the thing is, he was actually never booked for 2 battles. That was all kind of just a marketing strategy. The contract was just for 1 battle. You feel me? In fact,
but you said it was for 2 last time you came to the show, I thought.
Yeah, well, like, you know, like what it was, there was an option in the contract for if we want to book another battle, we can do it. But it didn't have any set price or anything like that. And the 200 was really for just that 1 battle. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker Cassidy caked off a battle rap, bro. Wow.
He did. And,
Oh, this is fact.
Like, all the money that was invested, there was more money invested in him because, remember, we flew him out to not just the event, but we flew him out previously to the fucking, to that press conference when he was the hologram in the back. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
That whole joint right there costed like 20, 25 racks just for that press conference.
What, to fly him out to an event? Well, why is it 25 racks?
Not just, first of all, there was a stipulation that he had demanded to travel with 5 other people. So it was like, you know what I mean? So just the travel was a great fun. And then just that whole event right there, setting up the press conference, whoopie whoop.
That's 25 racks. Y'all niggas be playing with some big boy dope. Like it's nothing.
I mean, yeah, and I'll tell you this, like I have learned, first and foremost, because I'm not ever dealing with the stress that I went through. Having that, I feel like I could deal with anything, though. It kind of turned me into a monster as a person because having the stress of a $100,000 debt on your helmet and motherfuckers really, I had hits on my life.
I believe that, nigga. I believe that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking bread.
And then even after I sorted all that shit out, because of my street activities and the shit that I was involved in, I got busted at. I got wound up getting. I had a warrant on me for a 211. You feel me? I wound up getting beat within an inch of my life. You could actually. I posted it on my IG story last summer. Yeah, I wound up.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, I lost everything that I had. So even after that, I came up super tough, and then I lost it all again, and I had to get it all back again. Like, bro, motherfuckers talk about their lives being interesting and their lives being authentic and all that shit, and I'm not even proud of what I went through. I'm just telling y'all matter of factly. This is
you got beat within an inch of your life by. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
That's crazy,
yeah, bro.
That's something to even joke about. That's crazy right there. I'm glad you're right, man. Real shit.
Thank you. No, it's a blessing. It was I literally almost lost my life. I had hits on me by different mafias. I had the Russian one on my helmet. I had legit certified Mexican mafia gangs on my helmet.
Oh, so you fucking with them MS-13 niggas and shit like that. Oh, you bugging out.
I was, I'm not to even like get too into it, but one of the fools I was working with really close is now doing life because of the fucking, if you look up, actually it's funny you said MS-13 because that's what it's listed as, even though it's not MS-13, but if you look up 2017 West LA MS-13 bust, and it was the biggest, like they swept like the entire mafia. Yeah, bro, like one of those dudes on the top row, the dudes on the, because you know when they have the Rico stature, or even like Bobby Schmurz, all them got caught up, and you see the picture that they use where it's like all the different dudes involved in the organization, and it's like the little dudes are on the bottom and the bosses are on the top. You know what I'm talking about? Those arrays the dude that I was fucking with was on the top row. You feel me? And he's doing life now.
God damn, B.
So yeah, I was deep in the mix, and I'm not gonna front like this is out of my character. I have more to offer the world and things like that. I wasn't trying to be involved in these activities. I went from throwing events and being in Beverly Hills popping bottles to really being in the thicket of the trenches. And it's almost a regression of someone that used to trap when they were younger to have to, in their 30s, return to that shit. But that's exactly what happened to me. And, God bless. And thanks to all the angels watching over me, I wound up maneuvering out of the situation. I got no beef. Everything's straight. And I'm able to smash in battle rap so hard because I'm not afraid of nothing, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, man, I'm glad everything worked out for you. That's crazy right there. I'm glad you're right.
Yeah, man. Anybody that knows me to a certain degree, all the folks out here, they're aware of these things to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm not sure how the masses, a lot of fools when they hear this shit are probably gonna be like, Lush, you fucking bugging. I'm gonna hit the dislike button. Fuck this shit. You feel me? But just know, long story short, your boy almost caught a massive L. this could have been an obituary episode with y'all talking about me. So, and that might give some insight as to why little things like, just disputes with battle rap promoters or this or that from 8 years ago don't really hold too much weight anymore. You feel me? And I'm able to get past that shit and just focus on building and doing positive shit and getting money and putting on at a time when the culture is, hotter than ever and just ready to explode on whole new levels. And, I was fortunate enough to be in the Body movie. I had a dope cameo, me smacking.
Yeah. How was Bodied?
I haven't seen the film, but it was great to work on it. You feel me? I worked on some music for the film. One of the main characters is actually based on me. It was played by Simon Rex, Dirt Nasty. So one of the main characters, who's a battle host.
Lush, you know what? I said Lush. I mean Lush. Why was it? All right, what's going on with Mook in this whole Body movie? Why was Mook not in the movie? I mean, let me ask you. I heard Mook's side. What's your side on it?
Mook was offered a role, and he wanted more money. It's kind of the same reason.
Mook wanted too much money for the role.
Yup.
He didn't even say all that. He said Mook said that's for the blocking from it.
There's a little bit of truth to that too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, he did.
It's not really that Diz was trying to block him, but Diz gave opportunities to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he did. Mook was reached out to, but I think Mook wanted a role in a higher capacity, and that wasn't going to happen. And when Diz was being consulted, because Diz was the main consultant for the film, you know what I'm saying? When they were asking him, like, yo, is this worth it? He was like, nah, that's not worth it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say he blocked him. Diz was doing his job as a consultant and as a associate producer on the film. That's kind of how he's supposed to move. And Mook was being as, greedy as usual, no offense, and Mook deserves it. He's one of the GOATs. But it's a similar thing that happened with Sirius, too. Same thing.
This is crazy. So Mook over here asking fucking $500,000 for a goddamn battle rap movie.
Yeah, they should have just realized that it's a lower budget movie and just done it for the opportunity, for the fact that none of us knew at the time that Eminem was going to be involved. It's funny because that role that was based on me was actually, I was supposed to play that role, but they wound up giving it to Simon Rex because, like a better looking, more marketable version of me, you feel me? I get it, you know what I'm saying? So it's so funny that they actually gave him the role, because as me and my wife were on our way to the audition, I said, man, they're going to give this shit to fucking Dirt Nasty. And I didn't even know he was up for the role or anything, but I just know the way Hollywood works. I grew up in Hollywood. So I was like, okay, I see how this is going to play out. And sure enough, it did. But luckily, they wound up giving me a cameo regardless. So, it's just dope to be a part of these moments. And this is a moment for hip-hop culture right there, the same way 8 Mile was. You know how Marv 1 was battled Eminem on the 8 Mile DVD and shit? Like, this is another one of them moments. That's how I view this.
Okay. All right. Well, Lush One, man. Hey, man. I know it's last minute. I'm going to get you back up here, be more organized and shit. I'm lit right now. I'm on my second, third Heineken, smoking loud, and Tony Bro drunk. Like we ain't playing. I just called you out of nowhere and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Popped up, bro. I'm going to answer the phone. I saw this. I recognize the number off Tidnob. You feel me?
My nigga.
And you know what? It's also a sign. I know that if you hitting me up, more than likely, I'm on the radar, and I'm doing what I'm doing.
Oh, you on the radar, bro. You definitely on the radar, bro. And for the record, Lush, we are at like 100 callers right now, so everyone's listening to you. It's not like the calls is dropping off, or none of that shit.
Real.
It's what I do, man. Bring it to life, man. This is a good interview. Out of nowhere.
That's how we do, bro. Angry Fan Nation, bro. We ain't playing. You feel me?
Early. And for the record, hey, Lush, I ain't trying to be funny, but shout out to your wife. To Helen, she's a hard body battle rap fan. She supports you, hard body. So shout out to her too. I don't want to discredit her and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100. She deserves a Birkin for putting up with my ass. Shit.
I know that's right, nigga. Yo, I'm over the goddamn place. Look, so I know, nigga. I know.
Period. I ain't easy, man. But yeah, much respect to all y'all, man. Much love, and whatever. Just tap in anytime, man. Angry fan.
Lush. You got my number. Whenever you want to come on, I'm not going to keep reaching out to you, bro. If you got something to talk about, hit me up. I got you.
There it is. Y'all be smooth, man. Gang. R.I.P. Caddy. R.I.P. PH.
Early, man. Be safe, bro.
All right, my God, y'all.
Talking to you. You ready? I'm talking to you. We see it. Talking to you. Are you talking to you? Are you talking to you? You ready? I'm talking